Tough journey is all. Wow, I mean, honestly, you'd be hard-pressed to call this... We're going to get through this because of you. Thank you, Sam.
Good work. New order available.
All right, Sam. Take care of her. And don't worry, she won't go necro. Millingan's special. Be funny if these Ha of ours ended up being the key to saving us all.
Order assigned. Have a pleasant journey. Weapons restrictions lifted. Beginning scan. Weapons restrictions lifted. Suspicious ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation. Request to join UCA. Register. Awaiting Cupid connection. Please proceed into the... Good work. New order available. Please access the delivery terminal for further information.
Hartman?
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Well, you certainly caught me with my pants down. Glad you could make it, Sam. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to alarm you, but I am what I am. Ah, please, lay her down there. Still no sign of them.
You know your heart stops beating.
It stops every 21 minutes. I spend 3 minutes on the beach, and then return. 60 deaths and 60 resurrections per day. 60 opportunities to search the beach for my departed family. This is how I live. This is my life. So, while you've traveled to and from the seam an impressive number of times, my beach count is a little higher. 218,549. I see myself in that crater. My wife and my child. It's like looking at the shape of my heart. The doctors called it myocardial cordiformia. Mine is an especially unusual case. I have pictures. Care to see Hartman's heart-shaped heart? No, you really should. It doesn't run in the family. You know, I never came to terms with their loss. In the days that followed, I became obsessed with an idea that the beach is real, and they are on it. I would induce cardiac arrest, 3 minutes at a time, and search for them, day after day after day.
Also, you could say goodbye.
Quite the opposite. It is said that everyone's beach is different. So what if everyone's afterlife is different too? I find the thought terrifying, spending eternity alone, which is why I decided to find my family and make sure to move on with them.
You mean die with them?
If death would see us reunited, then yes. But the repeated cardiac arrests took their toll on my heart. The muscle gradually deformed. And after a while, they started calling me the beach scientist. Hartman. I'm glad we could have this conversation. Oh. A body that doesn't necrotize. No sign of decomposition. It's as if she were still alive. The perfect mummy. An impeccable corpse.
What's wrong?
Where's the other thing you were supposed to bring? Ah, found it. Behold.
Wait, dead man.
It appears to be an umbilical cord. Human by the looks of it, I think. But this was no ordinary conduit between fetus and placenta. It looks more like a BT's tether. And this was Mama's? Yes. A body that doesn't necrotize and an umbilical cord connected to the beach. These are remarkable discoveries, Sam. Enough to set my sore heart racing.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
I apologize if our conversation gets cut short. I must go back to the beach and look for my wife and child. One person, one beach. That's the rule. But I'm the exception. My beach is connected to others, as if it were the beneficiary of a coronary bypass. Maybe this twisted heart of mine made it possible. All I know is that I will find them. Even if my every visit raises new questions, I'll have my answers one day. One day.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
The battlefields. The endless wars you found yourself trapped in. Why do World War-era soldiers wander the beach a century after they fell? Normally, the souls of the dead move on. The beach is just a corridor, a place through which they pass on the way to the other side. But if regret, resentment, a fervent desire to remain, if these feelings are powerful enough, they may give rise to an altogether different beach, a collective purgatory for an army of the damned. Clifford Unger. His misery and hatred, combined with your BB acting as some sort of catalyst, have brought these battlefields to our world.
2 minutes to cardiac arrest. Please proceed to a safe location.
It's just a theory.
You think Higgs is pulling the strings? Pulling all their strings?
Ensure you are in a stable position.
I don't know. But evidence does suggest that Higgs brought them here.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Oh, before I forget, I have a favor to ask.
Activating lab security measures.
Could you just relax until I come back? Time stops on the beach, but not in the scene. Rest assured, it'll only feel like 3 minutes to you. We'll continue this shortly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Administering shock. Stand clear.
No luck. Visit 218,550. Oh, sorry. Where were we? I may be used to the 21-minute cycle, but for a first-time face-to-face meeting, there's just too much to cover in one go-around.
Can't be easy living like this.
Yes. And no. Now that I'm acclimated to it, it isn't especially, onerous. Defecation, pollution, nutrition. Most of life's basic functions fit rather easily into a 21-minute time slot. Sleep is the tricky one. And intercourse, I suppose. Verbal or physical. Not that someone in my position has to worry much about either. Do you read, Sam? Listen to music. Watch films? You know, I keep busy. I have a collection of music, television shows, some very interesting short films, and stories. Everything consumable within a 21-minute window. All from before the Death Stranding, of course. But honestly, the 21 minutes I spend here, all downtime, nothing more. Time spent waiting to go back to the Satch. My body may be present, but my soul is on the beach. I'm already dead.
I know that feeling. Lost my family in an accident.
Well, I never expected you to open up to me. As it happens, I've read about your circumstances. I lost my family in an accident, too. I was in the ICU having heart surgery, out of town, in the city. When it was clear that I was going to pull through, my wife took my daughter back to the house to collect some things for me. And then they were caught in the void outs. The city and the hospital were spared the worst, but the shockwave knocked out the power and my life support. I woke up on the beach. The people who died in the two void outs were there. What happened? What's going on? I saw my wife and my daughter in the procession. Hey! It's me! Where are you going? Wait! Don't leave without me! No! Don't go! Please, don't go! The ICU's backup generator kicked in, and I was brought back to life by the defibrillator. Exactly 21 minutes after my heart had stopped. And that was the last time I saw my family. It's my damned heart's fault that we were torn apart, but it's also the reason I'll see them again someday. It defines me. I am Hartman. Ever since, I've walked the beaches of others. I follow my family's footsteps for a while, and when I get tired, I return here to continue my research. It's funny though, even when my heart stops, the pain lingers. You have any family photographs, Sam? Pity.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
You mind telling me what I'm doing here before you go back to the beach?
Oh, of course. There's a prepper-owned station in this area. Our scientists stationed there are researching material from before the Death Stranding.
What kind of material?
The Earth has a long memory. It's trying to tell a story, one that goes back to the very beginning, one that not even the Death Stranding could erase. The scientists are all colleagues of mine from the earlier expedition. I'd like you to bring them onto the chiral network. Amelie proposed we establish our research posts along this belt. Despite a worldwide search, this is the only area known to contain fossils from the late Cretaceous period, when the dinosaurs died out. The assumption being that the last ones lived here, and here alone. You see, hiding in the Earth then are memories of a major mass extinction. Clues that could tell us how to survive our predicament. Certainly, that was Amelie's hope as part of the advanced team when she assigned our backup team here. The past informs the present and aids us in building the future. She was careful to impress that upon us before she went west.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
Shut up. I'm putting you on mute. Sometime later, we began to observe unusual activity in the tar belts outside Edgenot City. Vast quantities of tar began surfacing, spreading, consuming many of my colleagues, as well as a chiral way station. The whole incident defied explanation.
You think Higgs is to blame?
I don't know, but we needed that way station. It was essential to expanding the chiral network westward. That's why I'm asking you for your help in building a new one. It won't be much given the handful of equipment we've managed to scrape together. Nothing like the knot cities, that's for sure. But a knot is still a knot. Sam, I want you to use the Cupid to put the scientists on the network, then go to Amelie. Afterwards, we can get back to the important job of researching the deaths.
Don't worry about him, Sam. The air mat floor absorbs the impact. I'll unlock the door for you.
Sam, you heard him. You can grab the order at a delivery terminal. Our ultimate objective in this region is... The first step is to put a shelter with our scientists. Now, we don't know the first thing about Amelie's status. That's a concern for us, but we won't know more until we get to Edgenot City. You should start with the geologist and the paleontologist. The latter's holding something for the Evo-Devo biologist, so... That way, you can finish a delivery and link up the final site in one go. Once all three are on the grid, come back here. Then we can get to work on the replacement for that lost waste. Thermal pad. Indispensable gear for cold weather operations. Especially useful when traversing snow-capped mountains.
Thank you for your contribution.
A geologist of ours has been studying fossils as part of his research into He's been out there conducting excavations for a while now. No doubt the result of excessive exposure to... Until the site is properly decontaminated, his work, nor will his... So we need you to bring him some
Administering shock.
The stratum the team was investigating dates from the time of the infamous mass extinction, which brought the reign of the It's the most recent of the Big Five. In any event, our team found something... Can you guess what it was? A fossil. If that is indeed what it is, then he has made a Therefore, Sam, it is essential that you deliver those chiralium scrubbing agents.
One more thing. For this run, you'll be transporting a Bridges paleontologist working on a dig. Apparently, the fossils he wants to study are buried deep beneath tar, and the... Now, hopefully, I don't need to tell you to be extra careful when handling high-yield explosives. Make sure you keep that container in one piece. Sam, I'm sure you haven't forgotten, but you need to be extremely... Any irregularities should trigger an...
Order assigned. Good morning, Sam.
Sam, so, Hartman told you all about the lake. How the attack that created it changed his life forever. Not only did he lose his family, he very nearly lost himself. For 21 minutes, he was in a state of cardiopulmonary arrest. Under normal circumstances, he would have died. Therapeutic hypothermia saved his life. But the 21 minutes he spent on the other side had a lasting effect on him. Perhaps due to the shock, his Doom's abilities seem to have increased. And now he takes every opportunity to walk the beach in search of his family.
My apologies, Sam. You came all this way to visit me, and I neglected to give you a proper farewell. Do be careful out there. As I mentioned before, this region is rich in memories of death, extinction. It should come as no surprise that BTs are sighted here more frequently. Perhaps you recall the models in my lab. Their designs were all based on eyewitness accounts. Though I suppose they must have struck you as strange, considering the many times you've come face to face with the real recording.
All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Sam Bridges. I was worried you might not get here in time, but then I've done nothing but... I've been haunted by those visions you doom sufferers see. That end of day... I put the nightmares down to fatigue. It's just lucky we got it before the... Dying's not an option. My research is nowhere near complete. It's not... I started to wonder if I'd ever see... I guess you really... Thank you. Oh, yeah. And just like that, I'm part of the UCA. With access to... Studying this fossil beach should be a good deal easier. Assuming I can prove once for all that... Honestly, though, I'm just excited I can finally share the... Can you believe I found chiral deposits in strata dating back 65 and a half? Evidence of an ancient...
Chiral matter has existed on Earth since... This stratum is proof of... Look at this, Sam. Do you see that black fissure there? We believe this is the source of the Chiralian reading. In the distant past, earthquakes cause frictional melting along, producing layers of what is known as pseudotaculite. We call these layers fossil earthquakes. Extending the principle, our fissure here is what one might term a fossil beach. The presence of corellium in this of all strata cannot be a mere coincidence. It strongly suggests that beaches must have appeared during the Cretaceous, Paleogene, and not just then. The chiral network has recovered data suggesting that similar fossil beaches would seem to indicate the Big Five and all other major extinction. In expanding the chiral network, you've helped us glimpse a pattern in... You've furthered our individual and ensured that it is only a matter of time before we recover all we have lost. But this is only the beginning. See this through, Sam, and there's no telling what we might...
Good work. New order available. Restrictions lifted. Construction complete. Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express Hartman. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Much appreciated. Thanks to you, we can finally move ahead. I swear, this place is bad enough without having to worry. Not that I need to tell you. You did it after all, though I can't. You can set up the car. Anyway, as it turns out, Sam Bridges, a local porter was on his way here with something very valuable. It's a 200-million-year-old ammonite. He apparently stumbled across it in a boulder field with... That's not the half of it. The man claimed... Color me skeptical, but the specimen merits study. So I asked him to carve out the whole surrounding chunk of rock. Naturally, I wanted to compare it with contemporary which is why I had him excavate a number of those in addition. But what does the dumb fuck go and do? He loses the whole ship. Didn't even have the good sense to mark which container had the cargo was supposedly lost in the area to the south, where toxic gases have a tendency. Old Mr. Reliable claims his cargo scanner is broken. But to protect you against the fumes, I'll provide you with an oxygen. Just to be... You can pick it up when you accept the order.
That fossil could represent an... While there are examples of viviparous fish, an ammonite with an umbilical cord, and if it is indeed 200 million years old, another one of the big five. Could the umbilical cord be connected? We must recover that cargo. It could provide a vital clue to the mechanisms underpinning. We're so close, so very, very close to grasping the true nature of the... Hurry, Sam. We cannot...
Good work. New.
An oxygen mask, huh? Good idea. It'll filtrate the air and keep you... In addition to protecting you from toxic gases, it'll also help to reduce... If it didn't have a limited battery life, I'd tell you to keep it on the whole...
pleasant journey. Weapons restrictions lifted. Good morning, Sam. Keep on keeping on. Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Let me see. Oh my. Thanks for bringing in that lost ship. And yes, it did indeed include an ammonite with a bona fide... I've already sent some images and a preliminary... Interestingly, it seems the surrounding strata contain traces of tar, which lines up with one of his theories. Anyway, I know you only just brought this ammonite here, but lately she's taken an interest in the tar, and I think she'd be eager to examine.
It's quite remarkable. To clarify, she has been studying how the tar may have influenced. Accordingly, I would ask that you also recover the tar collectors deployed and deliver them along with the ammonite. It would be too dangerous for her to attempt to retrieve. By aiding her research, we've already made so much progress with your continued help. I know we...
Good work. Order assigned.
Thank you for asking.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Yeah. Walked up worse. Stay with me, kid. It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Someone's happy.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked. Cargo verified. Thank you.
I'm impressed. Not many people would have even... May I have a look? Not a scratch on it. And the tar... You do not... Now, that's where my studies will... Thank you. It goes without saying, but I am After all, both it and Timefall are the sudden environmental changes such as these, and those that do adapt do so by virtue of enhancers. These genetic factors are the key, but there are genes which have the opposite effect. Those extinction factors, as these are the seeds of advancement and such factors may lie dormant within for every being since the If so, then ancient proof may hide evidence of these genetic decisions that may... In any event, thanks to you, I'll make sure to share any interesting results.
Well done, Sam. You furthered our research into the death. Thank you again for bringing me Mama's body, as well as that. Speaking of which, my analysis of its umbilical... I've been comparing the data against some of our Anyway, preparations are finally complete. If you could collect the necessary materials...
Good work. New order available. Please access... Deploying autonomous... Thank you for your contribution. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Sam, Bridges ID. If you think a prep room that you built on their property, you're sorely mistaken. The sensor ring marks their claim, so pick a spot outside of it.
Sam for the Bridges. Weapons restrictions lifted. Cargo. Delivery complete. Display. Thank you for... Good work. New order available. Econ keeping up.
Thank you, Sam. In reclaiming our past, we've uncovered a number of vital clues. Don't worry, I just got back. We have time. When you met with Mama, you experienced a strong antigen-antibody reaction, correct?
There was a BT in the room.
There was, but something else may have been causing it. I've discovered large quantities of chiral matter in Mama as well. Not just the usual kind that collects on our skin or on our suits. It's in all her cells. Cells that are no longer active. The BT you encountered there was special. It was her child, but also her own soul. Somehow, her car and half failed to separate. They must have remained connected through the umbilical cord. It's the only explanation.
Is that why I didn't get a bruise where she touched me?
Yes, and there's more.
10 seconds to cardiac arrest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I modified the log times. Headquarters will have no record of what we say. Look, a message from Deadman. It came with the umbilical cord.
Sam, I'm sorry. You deserve to know what you were carrying. But I couldn't risk Hartman finding out about the case. So I had no choice but to keep it off the books. You've got to keep this between us. We still don't know if the director can be trusted. The umbilical cord was taken from Bridget Strand. I removed it in secret. The cord wasn't attached to a fetus. It was outside her body. She asked me to take care of it. Said it was the key to unlocking the Death Stranding. But she insisted that I never tell the director. The cord shows no sign of decomposition or necrotization. Almost as if it's frozen in time. I thought Hartman might be able to make sense of it, so I had it hidden with your cargo at Mountain Knot City.
Deadman's observations were accurate. It's just like Mama's corpse.
What do you mean?
I mean, they share a very unique property. Both contain large amounts of chiralium in their cells. In other words, the President's cord was somehow connected to the beach, and that allowed it to escape the flow of time. I've put together the bones of a theory. It's patchy, but worth sharing, I think. Life on Earth has been rocked by many extinctions, great and small, including the Big Five. And if you examine the Earth's strata, its history, if you will, you'll find chiralium deposits that can be dated to each. What if the manifestation of beaches and other associated phenomena correspond to extinction-level events?
You mean?
Yes. Our Death Stranding could just be the latest of many. The records and research you helped us to recover strongly suggest that we are in the middle of the 6th extinction.
6th extinction? Come on.
You know what this is, yes?
A frozen mammoth from 10,000 years ago.
Correct. And this?
The Iceman from 5,300 years ago.
They both have the same umbilical cords.
Bullshit.
Humor me. What if the mammoth and the Iceman weren't frozen?
You're saying time stopped for them just like it did for Mama?
Unfortunately, all these specimens were lost in the Death Stranding, so there's no way to examine the genuine articles. But some fragments of data did survive. With the aid of the chiral network, we may be able to piece together something more concrete using Evo-Devo tech. All right, how's this? A dinosaur from 65.5 million years ago. Umbilical cord, not decomposed.
Only mammals have umbilical cords.
No. Only mammals have umbilical cords used for childbirth. This is something else. Call it a strand from the other side. I propose that mammalian umbilici are a sort of mimesis of the strand that then evolved over time. We shouldn't assume that everything about a Death Stranding is detrimental to life. Trilobites, ammonites, dinosaurs, the mammoth, the iceman, all preserved as if frozen in time, all, without exception, found with strands, which is to say that all may have been connected to the beach. And this, when viewed in the context of the extinction entity, EE theory, leads me to surmise that organisms with strands are in fact extinction entities. You see, Sam, EEs are connected to the beach via their strands. And it is through this connection that they somehow bring about a Death Stranding.
So you're saying Bridget was an extinction entity?
It's far too soon to say anything for certain. And since you burned her body, we may never know.
Higgs said Amelie's an EE, that she doesn't have dooms like the rest of us.
Sam, think. Assume that President Strand was an EE. Isn't it possible that her daughter is too? At the very least, Higgs may hope as much now that the president is unavailable.
So he kidnaps her for EE powers or whatever to cause a mass extinction.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. I doubt a single EE is powerful enough to cause a Death Stranding, assuming Amelie is an EE.
Well, Higgs sure thinks she's got what it takes.
Indeed. And we need to get her back as soon as possible.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Ah, this one is real. Sam, go west.
How do you want me to handle Hartman?
With your customary reserve. Nothing good will come of him learning of our suspicions. Whatever else is going on, we still need the chiral network.
Right.
Activating lab security measures. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Keep on keeping on.
It's time, Sam. When you're ready, proceed to the Once it's ready, use the necessary materials or supplies are limited, so you'll be carrying a lot too. All things considered, this Hartman knows more about the site than I do, so it's about time for his wake-up call anyway.
Administering shock.
Right. About that, the site we have chosen was an original candidate. Ironically, because we deemed it a little too unstable and not worth. But this time, it's our best shot. So let's hope we weren't right to change horses in midstream. Fortunately for us, the foundation we laid down is all you have to do is transport the necessary materials to the. I'm afraid it's the only way we can expand the network further west, and we're counting on you, Sam.
Beginning scan. Weapons restrictions lifted.